Now, after wrapping the covering the lining, the leather and the foam with lining, now I want to fix the side. Remember, it is the type that you have to that we attach to the school bag, so you might do it in a way that the child can remove it, and you can carry it separately to school. I might decide not to do it that way. Okay, since it is attached with the school bag, so I won't be adding the D-ring at the side and also the long strap. So what I'll be doing now is this. You will get the front. This is the front, the cover, and this is the front part. This is the cover. So what we are going to do now is to get the zip. Sorry, this is the zip cloth. Now pick your ruler. Don't forget that the height is 5 inches. The height is 5 inches. So I'll be measuring 2 at this side, 2 inches from that side, and also 2 inches at this side here. Now I might decide to extend it to 3 inches. It's my choice. So I'm making use of a 3 inches rather than the 2 inches. So I have 3 inches marked. 3 inches. I'm having code marked already. So I have 3 inches here as well. Now what I'll be doing is to get the zip cloth, starting from these 3 inches here. I'll place it under because I want to get the measurement. So and the other 3 inches at this side. This is where it is. So I'll be cutting more than that. You can see where it is. So I'll be cutting from this angle here. So what I'm going to do now, I'll place this, the zip cloth, this way. The right side will face the right side when you want to sew. Sorry, the other way around. So once you place it this way, you sew it up to this side. Then once you get here, you open the zip. Then you turn to this way, turn this way. You sew it around it. And when you get here, you open the zip as well. Then you sew it down to where the 3 inches stopped. So I'll be using a machine to sew it round now. So you can see, like I said, you open it at the other side when you want to sew, when you want to do the curved part, sew the curved part. So you trim this part off now. Then this zip, where you curved it, give a cut. That is a slight cut. Notch it. That's before you tape it round. You notch so that part can be straight down. So you fold, you can see the other side of it. So this is what I have at the other side. Now the next thing is to take the side. You put the side, you have to sew it to, you start from, this is where we have 4 inches. Like I said, you notch, don't forget to notch, like this part now, this is 8 inches. So I notch that part. Since it is lining, you can't actually mark it. You notch it with a scissor. So at the time you want to sew it, you want to join it to the side, it won't be difficult for you. Now I notch this part and I notch this part, which is a 5 inches. So next thing now is to place it together this way. For a beginner, it will be better you sew it one after the other. Sew this part down, but if you feel you can do it together, then you don't have any issues. You can start from this upper part. Start from the up here, this up here. You can use office pin to hold it down. Now when you get to this 5 inches here, the first mark, you turn it and you sew it. So I'll be sewing this part down on this side down, and I'll show you how to turn it to the other side. Now you can see this is the sewing. Sewn it to the first marked part where I gave a slight cut. This was where I gave a slight cut. This is the 8 inches. So now in order for me to sew the base now, I will need to turn it. You raise it this way, then you turn it. Get a pin. Then the other side. This was where I notched this part here, the 5 inches. So it has to stop at that part as well. Get your pin and hold it. Now the other side, how do you get it up there? Flip it this way as well. You use a pin, office pin, to hold it at either 2 or 3 different places. Now we continue my sewing from this base part. Or before you continue, place it at this side first, where that's the front part that you sew. Make sure your sewing starts from maybe half or 1 inch. So you continue, then because you've used pin, it will be easier for you to sew because the folding is there already. So you sew it till you get to this upper part here. Sew it and close it here. So you repeat the same thing for the other side as well. Okay, so I've sewed the 2 sides. You can see the first side and the second side as well. So before I do my taping, so I have to trim off some parts, not too much. On the school bag, I've showed you how to tape using gum, which is the easiest method when you want to gum. That's the one you want to add. You want to tape the sides of your bag. Now, before I go ahead and tape, so I will need to cut a small belt to sew for the handle, the upper handle. Now I have to measure it. So you get the middle first, the measurement for the middle part. Now altogether now I have 9 inches, 9.5. 9 inches in total will give us 4.5. Now we have 4.5, 9.5, so we have 4.5. This is 4.5. So in between these three now, this quarter here now, we are marking this part because this makes the 4.5 and quarter. So we'll use here. Place your ruler there, just a little dot to mark it. Now the height is 5 inches. Divide 5 inches into 2. So you're getting 2 inches. 2.5 rather, sorry. Now I've gotten the half part, which is that marked part. So we'll measure 2.5 away from that dot. You mark, and 2.5 away from the dot from the left side as well. That's the right side rather. The left side 2.5, the right side 2.5. So the belt you are cutting now will be 2.5. I've showed you how to use matchstick to burn fire to burn the edge. So you burn the edge of the belt before you sew it to it. 5 inches for the wideness, but don't forget it's going not flat, it's going up this way. So instead of 5 inches, now I've gotten 5 inches for the down part. So I'll be cutting out approximately 10 inches, not 9, 10 inches. So by the time I sew it to this part here, this is what I'll be having. So use your sewing machine to run it down. Sew it after burning the edge. Don't forget to burn the edge. Place it at that marked part, the 2.5. Place it there and sew it down. Then the 2.5 on your left side, place it there and sew the belt. You might decide to double the belt to make it thick instead of this light. You can see the way it's dancing, so you can make it double it. When you double it, you sew the two together before you place it on. You sew it on the cover of the bag. After that, you get your taping. Don't forget, you use your taping to tape all these sides that you've sewn. Tape them together, including the zip part at the cover. The other zip part, after joining it to the front and the side, we will tape it together as well.